Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while, but I'm back now, and we're actually going to be doing a review today, and it's going to be a little different. As you can see, this certainly isn't a model kit. No, this is a model train. So, I don't know if you saw my last video where I did a little run-by with a Union Pacific GP40-2. So I've been into railroading for a long time, and I just haven't put any on my channel yet, and now I'm starting to. So, like I said, the more you progress in the channel, the more I'm gonna put into the channel. And as you can see, we've gone through a lot of names like the Tiger 2, the Rhino, etc., etc. And now we came back to the original one, Boom Boom Productions. So I hope you guys like the original one because it's here to stay forever. And anyways, enough chitter chatter, and let's get on into the review. Okay, guys. So this train that we're gonna be reviewing today, a little bit of blur. There we go. This is Bachmann's 060 Union Pacific 4442. It has a slope tender right here, and this kind of locomotive, not this locomotive, but this kind of locomotive actually ran at my local railroad museum, the California State Railroad Museum in Old Sacramento, and now I have one to run on my railroad, which is pretty cool. They retired that train back in 1996, though, due to boiler issues and them having to change it to oil. Hasn't been restored since because they just don't have the money and they don't think it ever will be restored. But hey, you can always hope, and it's fun to look at because it's inside the museum now. And this isn't the exact model because the one that ran in the museum had a light that was mounted on the boiler, not on top of the boiler. So you know it's a little different. But let's go ahead and open her up. Actually, let me show you the box. This is the front of the box, like I showed you. This is the other side of the box. Bachmann. And I have opened this up, so I've only done a few test runs on it, nothing special. So it's still completely new. And by the way, if you guys don't know what an 060 is, I'll go ahead and tell you in a second once we open it up. Here we are. And now this is HO scale, if I haven't mentioned. It also has smoke and lights. Okay. So let's go and put the locomotive to the side for a second. It also comes with smoke fluid. It has instructions. We're not going to worry about none of this. Let's get the locomotive back over here and open her up. So now you guys should be able to see a little better. Here's the locomotive. Now we're going to be reviewing the tender first. Put that over there. And get the tender out. Here's the tender. I'm going to take that off. This is a slope tender. I do like this design. I like this kind of design, slope tenders and Vanderbilt tenders. And Vanderbilt tenders are pretty much the round tenders. But yeah, not too much. It's a really nice looking tender. That's one of the reasons I got this loco. And it was only $100 at my local hobby shop. So it's not a bad price for what it is. And a lot of people really do look down on this specific model type because Bachmann has a lot of these types of locomotives just in different paint schemes. Like, I have another one right here. This is the Chattanooga one that came in the Chattanooga train set. As you can see here, it's just another 060 with a different kind of tender and paint scheme. So that was actually my first ever train. I've gotten quite a few since then. But anyways, let's get the locomotive. Here's the locomotive. Alright. Here he is. Not too much detail, but you know, it was only $100. You can't whine too much about it. Honestly, in my opinion, it looks pretty good for what it is. I like this design. Now, like I said, or I haven't said this, but I'm the kind of guy who likes their headlights mounted in the center of the boiler, not on the top of the boiler. But, you know, it looks okay, but, you know, the kind of locomotive that they're trying to model would have had it right here in the center of the boiler instead of on top. But they're just using the same chassis over and over. Like, if we compare this... if we compare this to this, they're virtually the same exact thing all around. So they're just reusing it. Now, this model is a year older, so it's not as good. This one, obviously, is going to be better because it's newer. Okay, let's go ahead and put it right here. Okay, so, not too much to talk about, but a lot of people look down on this type of model design by Bachmann because they think it's really bad because it's really cheap. But actually, to my surprise, this is a really good model. It crawls very, very nicely. It doesn't have DCC, but they have just recently came out with a version with DCC, so that's pretty cool. And I know there are a bunch of better 060s out there on the market, but this is just my personal favorite. Well, not really personal favorite. There could be better, but for the price, and you know, this is just a really great looking one. They have so many paint schemes. They have Southern Pacific, they have Union Pacific right here. They have two. They actually have another Union Pacific one, which is all gray and has a Vanderbilt tender. They got the Chattanooga. They got New York Central. They got so many railroad lines. So anyone you want, they'll have it, which is pretty cool to me. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys how you tell if it's an 060. Now, some of you may already know this, but you see right here, it has 3 main wheels, right? No tiny wheels in the front and no tiny wheels in the back. All right, so there's 3 right here and 3 on the other side right here. That means this is an 060 because there's nothing here, so that's 0, which means O. And then there's 3 on each side here, so that means 6. And then there's none back here, which means O. Let's say there were 2 up here and 2 back here, and then you just had the 6 right here. So that'd be a 262. So that's a little lesson right there. Anyways, details not too good. It does have external handrails, which is nice. Same thing with the tender. All plastic though, okay? It doesn't have any, what was it? Can't remember off the top of my head, but, like I said, it does have a smoke unit right here. It has a working headlight. It has a dynamo, bell, whistles, it's got all the plumbing, the walkway. This front knuckle coupler doesn't work, but if you just, it won't open and close, but if you just slide it over the top of your regular Katy coupler, it'll work just fine, and you can do that. And, like I said, this one is new. I just got it yesterday, so everything about it is new. But, not too much to talk about, so let's go ahead and put her on the rails. Okay, folks, so we're back, and, we have, the 060 on the track, and one thing I forgot to mention about 060s is almost every single type of steam locomotive class has its own nickname, and so an 060 doesn't really have any catchy nickname, but it's called a switcher. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think it's a switcher. And then the 262 that I mentioned earlier, like if it had 2 leading edge and 2 trailing wheels, that would be called a prairie. So that's a little something for you right there. A little more knowledge. Anyways, this is my layout. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. This is my layout. Not too much to it. Depending on when we're gonna build an entire table in an entire room, and we're gonna model the Pacific Northwest, and I'm gonna name that railroad the Pacific and Northwestern Railroad. Don't steal that idea from me, please. But, yeah, I guess there's not much else but to show you guys how she runs. I go ahead and get a good angle here. If I can. I'm pretty sure this is a good angle. Alright, let me show you her backing up. I'm gonna show you guys how slow this thing can go, and it's really gonna surprise you how slow it can go. Give it. Okay, now she's crawling. I don't know how well you can see it, but she's crawling alright. She's going really slow. And for any of you guys interested, what is it called? The power source that I'm using is the Rail Power 1370. For any of you that wanted to know that. Anyways, you can see that she's crawling. Let's give her some more speed. Okay. She's doing good. Sometimes stalls in the switches. Here we go. Let me show you her going forwards. Alright, I'll show you guys her crawling once we get up a little closer to the camera. Okay. Go, she's crawling. She crawls like just as good in forwards as well. Just the slightest bit of twitch when she's crawling, but otherwise she's pretty good. But make sure to keep your tracks clean, because I'm pretty sure these locomotives only have one pickup. And when they're going over a switch, make sure they go somewhat fast, because you don't want them to get stuck. Unless you don't mind moving them. Okay, there she is. Now we're going to go ahead and hook her up to some cars. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that switch back there. Back her up. And we're going over a switch, so I got to give her some juice. There we go, we made it over the switch. Pick up stuff out. Pick it up. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go couple of. Okay, guys, so I got her coupled up now, and one thing I wanted to mention. I know the camera quality is not very good, and the audio quality is not very good, but don't worry. I'm planning on upgrading. I just want to get some more subscribers, because I'm not going to put money into something when I don't have a fan base for it. So so please subscribe if you guys want to see me do more videos, better quality videos too. And you know, I can expand my layout, I can get bigger, better kits, you guys can have me do challenges and etc. Also, please go and join my Discord. That'll be down in the description below. That way you can talk to me, you can talk to people who are also subscribed to me and have the same interests, and even make some friends, possibly. But, anyways, back to the video. So, we have, 4 cars, including the caboose. We have a Frisco boxcar, is that a Norfolk and Western, coal hopper, and then, I think that's a Canadian Pacific refrigerator car, and then a Union Pacific caboose in the back, since, you know, the locomotive's Union Pacific. So, what this train would normally be doing on the railroad, it would be switching cars and getting the big trains, putting all the cars together to make a big train for the big locomotive to then come and hook up to. And so they'd be in pretty much the yards all day doing all the work, and then the big locomotives would come and take the load and head out. So it wouldn't really be on the main line too often, but you know, sometimes they are, like maybe the short line or something. But anyways, let me go ahead and show you guys around. Start her up. Let's go over the switch here. Didn't quite make it. Let me give her a little nudge. There we go. Alright. We're going. Okay guys, so I also wanted to show you the smoke. Now it is recommended only 3 to 4 drops, but I mean you can put it more, but it may destroy your smoke units when you do it. By the way, this is my layout. There's a bird's eye view of it. So wait for it to get smoke spooling. And fill up with booze. There's the smoke. Yeah, it's pretty thick, and it does have a certain smoke to it, but yeah. Here's your undies. Alright folks, so that's a wrap. I really do sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. I put quite a bit of effort into making it, and like I said, I'm sorry it's been a while since my last video, my last update, but it just took me a little bit. I wasn't really in the mood to build any kits, and my birthday's coming up, so I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff. So don't worry, a bunch of content's gonna be coming out very soon. Whether it be trains, planes, gaming, anything really. Heck, maybe even some airsoft stuff, or dirt biking, or hunting, or fishing, or who knows what. That's why I got rid of the Rhino and the Tiger 2 and replaced it with Boom Boom Productions. Because the reason I started with Boom Boom Productions is because I had a plan to just not do one thing, but to do a ton of things. The Tiger 2, that's a jet. The Rhino, that's a jet. All that just didn't really work with what my plan was, and now that I'm starting to do more than just one piece of content, I decided, I'm going to change it back now. So yeah, Boom Boom Production is definitely here to stay forever. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more trains, go ahead and tell me in the comments below. If you don't, go ahead and tell me too. Like I said, please join my Discord. You can get in touch with me. You can get in touch with me that way. You can get in touch with people who share the same interests as you, my fellow subscribers, and your comrade subscribers. I think something like that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, because I really would like to do more of it. I really do love model railroading. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.